All right, we just got to Charlotte Airport. Here's Kim. Just got dropped off, and we're gonna go check in for our flight to Naples. We got a connecting in O'Hare. The problem is we landed 4:45, and they closed the doors on the next flight at 5:15. So hopefully there's no delays here in Charlotte, and we get on our plane and get to Naples. Talk to you soon. Well, we made it. I think we were one of the last 3 on the plane.
Yes.
So we got to our seats, got overhead storage, so now we'll just wait for the, I don't even know how long the flight is.
I'm guessing 9.
I don't know. Alright, well, I guess the next time we come on here, we will be in Naples. Talk soon. Ciao, everyone. So we're in our Italy home right now. It's our last day here, so I figured we'd do a quick little video on our exciting trip trying to get here. Let's see, it was Thursday. So Thursday our flight was leaving Charlotte. So we got to the airport, no problem. The only problem was the connection in O'Hare was like a half hour. So of course there was a small delay in Charlotte. When we landed in O'Hare, luckily it was within a 3-minute walk to our gate. I think we were the last 2 on the plane.
Because we were expecting to be able to, we had like 15 minutes from when we landed to get, right? 15 minutes, that's kind of the time we were expecting.
Because they closed the door at 5:15.
Yeah.
And I think it was like 5:10.
Yeah.
Something like that by the time we got to the next gate. So last one's on the plane. We were worried about not getting any overhead space because we were the last ones on the plane, but that was fine. We had our own section to ourselves. So we had our own section over the plane, so we had plenty of room for my backpack and her bag. So we're sitting there and waiting, and finally we taxied out.
Yes, and we had a window seat because we like to see the window.
Kim had the window. We had a row that had just 2 seats, so it was just us 2 there.
So we had a plane in the gate next to us, and we were in this gate here, and they pushed us out to the gate. And I remember as they were pulling us forward, you could see the back of the wing of the plane that was in the gate next to us. And I remember thinking, gosh, that looks really, really close. I must be tired. I must be just tired. And then I saw our wing buckle up under their wing of the plane that was still sitting in the gate.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my gosh, that thing, they just touched each other. So that is when we stopped.
And I think by the time she told me about it, I looked out, our wing was still kind of moving like this. And we looked out the window, and all the ground crew from that gate, our gate, were all standing there staring up at our wing and the wing of that plane. Now this is the back wing, it's not the main wing, I forget what the name of it is, but it's a very back tail section. So our wing went underneath it and then basically bounced back up as we went past. So she grabbed me and told me about it. I'm looking out the window. So a quick update video. So we're pulling away, right? Let me see if I can show that out there. So the edge of our wing went underneath the back of that one over there. The crew members outside noticed it and were pointing and saying things, so I'm assuming they got a radio and they'll let the captain know that, hey, the wings touched.
If we keep moving, I will tell the flight attendant.
So, yeah, this could be an exciting delay for our trip to Italy. So, I'll keep everybody updated. See if I can flip this around and give you guys a better view. Zoom this in a little bit. So the tip of our wing right there went underneath the back of theirs right there. So
And rubbed it.
Fingers crossed. Could be our last video.
That could be 2 planes down right now.
So we're sitting there waiting. The plane stopped, and she said,
I gotta talk to a flight attendant.
yeah, she's gonna talk to a flight attendant.
Just to make sure they know what's going on. And so we called one of the flight attendants over, and we told her what happened, and she said, I said, our wing just touched the wing of the plane next to it. She said, no, it did not.
So another quick update. Kim just informed the flight attendant, and she had no clue that one wing touched the other wing. So,
what she said is, "Are you kidding?"
so we'll wait and see what happens. They might be. Oh, yeah, they're getting a lift out there, so they're gonna inspect it. I'll flip you around.
Either that or just having a party up there. Are they looking at that one?
Oh, we're looking at that one
first.
Oops. The camera guy should do a good job here. There we go. Get this guy going.
And this is why we have window seats.
Yeah.
No, it did not. I was like, it did. And the crew had no idea at this point that this had happened. We're assuming at this point the pilots knew. So the
thinking they all had radios, so somebody should have radioed.
But the flight attendants had no idea. So we were telling them, and of course the people in front of us heard our conversation, which we'll have to get to later when we're leaving again. But so the people around us heard us talking about this. And then it was a swarm of people. At this point, sort of people on the ground that were trying to figure out what to do.
We're all looking out at it. What do you think there, Ted? I don't know. I ain't in the damn plane, so I really don't give a crap. Isn't it about break time? Sure is. I want me another butter. The other not called.
So
Well, they put us back in at that point before they brought the. Oh no, they brought the lift
yeah,
out.
I think they brought the lift out while we're still out there, and different groups are going up, and I'll show that as well.
They're putting us back to the gate so they can inspect the wing. Or get us another plane, one of the two. So we're going to try to inspect the lift. I don't think that pin's going to get much higher. Zoom in a little more.
Do you want to switch seats?
Hmm?
Do you want to switch seats?
No. So how many years experience does he have looking at wings? That's the question. He's just tapping it. Hey, yeah, that looks like I don't see any loose rivets. Hell yeah, I'd fly it. Feel sound. I'll have to put a plate up here and eat dinner. The other guy's like, I should have retired last year. I knew I should have retired last year. I don't want to be up on this lift. I'm scared of heights.
They were going up and inspecting the wing. I think they did get us back to the gate after a little bit.
Yes.
They brought the lift back over.
And they had a stevedore.
Yeah, but before that, they still had the captain went out there.
So now they got the pilot out there talking with the ground crew that just inspected the wing. So we'll see when he comes back in what his decision is. We'll find out. Maybe they're out there looking at pictures. I think the pilot should have got up on the wing and checked it himself. That's what I would have done.
So the captain was up, had his
That's
little
right.
vest on.
Yeah.
He went up, I don't know if he went up on the lift, but he was looking from down below and had people
Talking
up
to
there.
the crew. Yeah.
Had people up there, and one guy was really tall, and I'm like, there's no way he's gonna be able to see over that. Well, they got the lift up high enough, and this guy's basically looking down at the tip of the wing.
And so the pilot comes back onto the plane and basically was explaining what happened. He says the crew thinks that the wings touched the wing of the other plane. He's like, I don't think that happened. And we said, it happened. You know, you and I are like, it happened. But they wanted to check. to make sure that nothing had actually made contact. So, but by that, when did they start to deboard us? And because we're already like, what, 30 minutes
It was
into
at least 35, 40 minutes. And then they deboarded us and they told us that they were gonna do some more inspections. From what they saw, everything should be fine. They just wanna double check, get second and third opinions on everything.
And at this point, we appreciate the fact that but they wanted us to be safe, so they took us off the plane, and I think most people understand that we appreciate them wanting to keep us safe, so we have all deboarded the plane.
Okay, so just a quick update. So we got on the plane, and then Kim noticed that as we were taxiing out, the wing went underneath another wing and actually moved. So they stopped, they got a lift out there, they inspected, the captain went out there and inspected. So now we deplaned and they're going to do some more inspections and see if we can get back on the same plane and head to Naples. So
It's you.
it's not me. So I got plenty of videos, so I will post those later, but this is just a little update. And our quick, easy trip was supposed to be. So talk soon.
I forget, I think, so we were supposed to leave at 5:30 was our departure
Yes.
time. 5:30 in the afternoon, so.
And this is on Wednesday.
Oh yeah, I forgot, it was Wednesday, not Thursday.
It was
flight takeoff,
Wednesday.
Wednesday. So they told us, they gave us another departure time, I think it was,
It started going like by hours.
yeah, I think it
6,
was an
and
hour, hour and a half, so we went and got something to eat, or a snack, and we're waiting, and next thing you know, departure time went up again. And they came over the speaker and basically just told everybody they're still inspecting, everything should be fine, there's a new departure time.
So they're out there inspecting the wing again while we're all deplaned. And they're going back down, so I don't think they've seen much on it. We might be good to go. Now they're going back up again. Hopefully everything's good to go. Well, I got a flashlight out looking. This is exciting, isn't it? Cross your fingers we get out of here soon.
So I think in total, we probably went from, the original takeoff was 5:30, then it went to 7, then it went to 8 something, then it went to 9 something,
I think
and
we did eventually get to 10.
yeah, and I think at one point they gave everybody food vouchers,
Right.
so everybody had food vouchers on our emailed. So she went and got something for us to eat, so we sat down, we're waiting.
And you make friends with everybody else
Oh, yeah.
that is in the same situation. And by this point, we realized, because we heard the gate next to us was on its way to London. So you could hear the conversation on the gate next to us about the fact that they were trying to bring in another plane for the team for the people that were going to London. So by this time, we knew it was probably going to be a problem.
Of course, then we're getting aggravated.
No, not we.
Okay, I got aggravated.
Yes.
Well, not till, so our last one was 10 o'clock departure time.
Just a quick little update. So now we board in, 3 minutes? So 10 o'clock. So we've been delayed 4 hours, but seems like the plane's fine. They're done looking at it. They looked at it about, 5? So hopefully in the next couple of minutes we'll be boarding and on our way to Naples, and hopefully our rental car is still available for us. I've already tried to message them a couple times, but it's very late and I won't be able to call them like the app says. Oh, just call them. Yeah, I'll be in the middle of the year. So cross your fingers that we'll get a rental car. Talk to you soon.
So, again, we're still all waiting at the gate, and then they came over, it was like not even 10 o'clock yet. and they came over the intercom and basically said that the flight is now canceled. The next flight would be 4 p.m.
The next day.
on Thursday, and they, apologizing this and that. And obviously, there's nothing they could do, but here we are in the airport. Now it's 10 o'clock at night. Our next flight is until 4 p.m. the next day, and they hand out hotel vouchers. Kim wanted to see about going back to Charlotte. I didn't want to go back to
I was
Charlotte
like, let's just go back home.
because that would have been on us. We would have had, America's not going to pay for that, so we would have had to pay to fly back to Charlotte, but I don't think there was any flights to Charlotte at that time. So,
And plus, we had our bags were on the plane.
yeah, they did
So
say
that
if you
made it
want
a
to
little
get
bit
your
more
bags, there'll be a
difficult.
baggage claim. If you don't grab them from baggage claim, then they will go on the next flight for the next day. So I think we decided that time,
Like, we'll just make do with what's in our
let's just get a
carry-on.
hotel. So I'm looking at the hotel
just-
voucher.
And just make sure that you do have extra stuff.
Yeah. And I know I've been told that before with all my travels. Make sure you pack extra underwear, socks, shirt, shorts, pants, whatever in your carry-on just in case.
Sorry, go ahead, vouchers.
Yeah, the vouchers. So I start looking at the hotel voucher. And I don't know, I'm sure there's some people watching this that are from Illinois area. We used to live there many years. So I'm looking at the hotels, where O'Hare Airport is. These hotels are 20, 30 plus miles away. Arlington, Hoffman Estates, Schaumburg, Crystal Lake.
Crystal Lake would have been way too far.
Yeah, but not Batavia, St. Charles. I mean, they were just way too far. So I got on my one of my hotel apps, and every single one of them were filling up that were really
Fast,
close, real
yes,
fast.
real fast. I mean, and we would call, and they're like, "We just got booked. We just are fully booked within the past."
Yeah,
couple
she was
months."
calling a couple, trying to find one that had like an airport shuttle or something. None of them did, and one of the ones available on my app, it said 2 left. It was in Hoffman Estates, Schaumburg area, so 20 minutes away maybe. So I used some of my points. I booked that right away. Then I used my Uber app for the first time because there was money sitting on that. So we got an Uber.
All right, well, this is the happy face update. So our flight got delayed. The last one was 10 o'clock. We were supposed to board in 3 minutes. And then they came over the intercom and said that the pilots timed out. And after that, the crew timed out. So they were trying to find another crew, which they didn't. Long story short, we're tired. And it's completely canceled for tonight. And the next flight is tomorrow at 4 p.m. So we're waiting for an Uber, get to a hotel, because we don't have our suitcases, they're going on the plane. We could have grabbed them and flown back to Charlotte, but that would have been at our expense, I'm sure. But yeah, lovely experience this has been. And a whole day lost, and hopefully I don't lose the rental car in Naples. So, we're waiting for our Uber. Big smiley, happy faces. Yeah. All right. I'll talk again when I'm happier. Good night.
Got us to the hotel. We got there it was probably almost 11 o'clock, 11:30 at night. So yeah, at our hotel.
So I didn't have an extra shirt. I had extra other stuff, but I completely forgot to have an extra shirt. So washing a shirt in the sink was really interesting.
My stuff was good. It didn't smell.
Let's hope, yeah.
Yeah.
So we're basically, at least we got some sleep. Because some people stayed, you said, in the airport.
There were some people I talked to the next day that they just slept there. So we got up, we had to check out at 11. Obviously our flight wasn't until, it was a 4 o'clock flight again. So got an Uber back to the airport.
Hello everybody, we got smiley faces here for the morning. So, quick update, we had to stay a night in a hotel, we just Ubered back to the airport, and our flight is at 4 p.m. today from O'Hare to Naples. So,
Let's do it.
hopefully, no issues. We will get there at 8:30 tomorrow morning, and then hopefully our rental will still be waiting for us, and then we can drive to our house. Well, we gotta go to the store first, but
Get a fan.
we'll talk soon. Stay tuned.
Got back to O'Hare, and all we had was our carry-on, so it was nice and easy.
We did forget to talk about the fact that the team timed out.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, so that's why the flight got canceled.
That is what took Nick over the edge.
Yeah, 10 o'clock at night, they came over the intercom, said the flight was canceled because the crew timed out. And they were
pilots timed out first.
They were trying to find another crew and pilots, which I think 15 minutes later they came over and said they couldn't find another crew and pilots. The flight's now canceled. Next flight's tomorrow at 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Nick's losing his mind at this point.
Oh, and the lady comes over the intercom, right? We're still on our gate, and she's, not too far away. So most of the time over the intercom, you can hear over the people talking. And at one point, she's like, and I got really upset, so I basically just yelled out, "Why don't you put your mouth closer to it so we can all hear it on this end that are trying to get on this flight?" Of course, she didn't like the fact that I spoke up that loud, so I got the look from her.
So we handle stress very differently. Neither one is the right way, let me tell you. He'll vent. He'll vent when he's really upset. I'm just like, okay, what's the next step? And that irritates the crap out of him. Because he's like, how does this not bother you? I'm like, what can we do? There's nothing. Wallowing helps nobody.
We're built differently.
We're built differently, so we had to just take a deep breath. He's angry with me because I'm not angry. I'm angry with him because he's too angry. So it was interesting.
Yeah. So then the next day, obviously, back to the airport. We get up to the counter, and the lady at the counter, we told her that we were on the flight that was canceled yesterday. And by now the whole airport knows about the canceled flight because the wings hit, right? And she's trying to find our information. She can't find it.
Because our boarding passes and the flight still say Wednesday. Because we're on Thursday now, but all of the flight information is still for Wednesday. So it's creating an issue in the system for them to reprint the boarding passes.
So then she had a manager come by. The manager said basically just go back a day and reprint yesterday's boarding passes.
Yeah.
We finally got through that. Found where our gate was. Still no plane there.
I know, we kept walking by, no plane.
We went to the food court because it was now 12:30, something like that. We hadn't had breakfast.
And we see all the people that we were there yesterday. Because you build this community. And I think you heard a rumor that the plane actually made it to Dublin.
Well, so we ate in the food court, and then we went to another gate just around the corner because our gate, that area was getting full. So we wanted to just have our own space. So she wanted to go get another snack or water. So I said, well, look and see if the plane's over there. So she came back. She said, no plane yet. Okay, well, we still got like 2.5 hours, 3 hours. So we're just hanging out. And then I got up and walked over there to check to see, no plane. And then I seen people I recognized from the day before. So I walked over and they're all talking. And one of them said that the flight, so our plane was good enough to go to Dublin. Some people were saying that it was the same pilots. I said, no, they timed out. There's no way they can fly. So I came back and told her what I'd heard. And then again, I walked over there again after a little while, and I saw 2 pilots standing there. So I asked them if they were the ones from last night. And they said, yep.
They look familiar, yeah.
And then they said, I said, any news on when the plane's coming in? He said, and one of them said they're bringing a plane over from another hangar or something. So they walked away.
And everyone is looking out the window waiting for the plane to come. Because by this time, everyone's really tired.
And mind you, this is, our conversation isn't long, but this is going over 3 to 4 hours. There's multiple trips over to that gate. There's still no plane.
And our fellow passengers are just waiting to see the plane because, right, there's been no plane. So you see the plane finally coming down towards the gate.
And everybody's watching. It hasn't pulled in the gate. It's going and going. And all of a sudden it turns in, and I looked out, I could see ground crew. So it was our plane, and then the whole gate just erupted. Applause.
Yay!
She said that they're trying to get everybody I just don't know if there's people on the plane.
All right, so 2 delays so far today. It is now it's 4:08, and finally we got a plane that just rolled in. Everybody started clapping. So hopefully this is our plane, and hopefully we'll be boarding in 20 minutes. We'll see. But a lot of angry people in here. I heard a couple of people said they stayed overnight. They just stayed in the airport, yeah. So, yeah. All that over there too. So, hopefully we'll be taking off within the hour. We'll see.
So then
we noticed the pilot.
we had another delay.
Well, so the young pilot, I noticed a look on his face. So I saw him walking towards the older pilot. He had this look on his face like, crap. You know, he had like one of those looks, and I didn't think anything of it at that time because he was walking towards the other pilot, the guy who was checking everything out yesterday or the day before. And it appears that he was going to go and tell them that the plane that was just rolled into our gate had a bird strike.
Alright, so we're finally getting ready to board. We are boarding.
On the flight that had a bird hit.
Oh yeah, bird strike. Can't make this shit up. A bird strike.
So they wanted the pilots to go and check out this plane.
Inspect it.
Oh my gosh, it was, yeah.
Yeah, so for one plane hitting the wing, canceled, crew timed out, so we finally get a new plane, another plane, and then find out that there was a bird strike on that one. So now we've got our first delay, so 4 went to 5.
Yeah.
And of course, the attitude and the emotion throughout that gate was really, there were people wanting to walk around going, we need your email address because we're going to file a complaint and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, it is what it is right now. I mean, it was still early enough.
Yeah, and the poor gate agents, right? These are not the same gate agents necessarily, I don't think, from the other
No,
gate.
there was one lady, the one that
the one
was
lady.
very loud.
There was a young gate agent, and she got on the intercom, and she's like, look, I get everyone is frustrated. I am really sorry. We're trying to do everything we do.
Wow.
He's being called
So
by
now?
the neighbors.
Oh, ciao.
Ci vediamo.
Ci vediamo. Oh, ciao.
Definitely keep that one. That was pretty fun.
It was funny.
Okay, so
Neighbors, so that's another story. Just a kind of little update on this video. I don't remember if I said it, but this is our last day here. Because of this trip, it was only a week anyway, which we're never going to do a week again. It goes by too fast. There's so much stuff that I wanted to get done and film, and hopefully I got enough footage to make this last till our September trip. But yeah, so I think after
they're checking
everything out, and then finally we get a boarding
agents, yeah.
time. But like she said, there was a younger one that she got on there 2 or 3 times just to try to keep everybody calm down. Because the other lady was.
I went up to her. I'm like, you are doing a great job. You handled that very well. I just wanted her to know that not everybody was completely angry with them. And our flight crew is just kind of huddled behind us.
Mm-hmm.
We knew we would start to feel better when the flight crew actually started to board the plane. Because at that point, no flight crew has been on the plane.
Right.
So I think they also said, you know what, let's get the flight crew on the plane so they can get prepared. And then we'll get you guys on as soon as we can. And just to kind of keep everybody's stress level at a minimum.
Something's going down. We got cops, we got some management, we got management there. They're waiting and watching. We got some law enforcement over there. They're waiting for something. Could be me, who knows, right? I guess we'll wait and see what happens. Maybe I'll just keep this rolling. Catch me getting taken down. Nah, I'll just pause it. I'll come back if anything exciting happens. Well, it wasn't me. I got through it all. So, heading down the jet bridge now. Kim should be behind me. She's in group 5. So, be at our seats shortly and hopefully get out of here in a timely manner.
Yeah, but once we got in our seats,
And then our seat neighbors in front of us, she's like, if you see something, don't say anything.
Oh, let me back up too. I forgot this. So when one of the trips to the gate to go see if the plane had arrived, and now this is my third walk over there. I've already been talking to certain people over and over. And I think it was the first trip over there when I walked up when people were talking about the night before. And I heard one of the women said, row 19, it was a passenger in row 19 that saw the wing hit. And they're like, oh my God, it was? And I'm like, that was my wife. She's over there, but yeah, she's the one that saw it before the flight crew noticed it. And they're like, oh my God, so that was you guys that caused this? And they were just making a joke about it. Yeah, it was us. We caused the whole thing. I mean, at one point, I know it's a safety issue, but I'm like, I don't see anything wrong with that wing. We need to get to Italy. We just need to get there.
And some people had I think it wasn't a wedding to go to, but they had family reunions, and obviously everyone's trying to get there for some reason or another. But yeah, we finally got on the plane. And like I said, the lady, our neighbor in front of us, who was trying to get to a cruise.
They had a cruise, so they've
been actually traveling for 2 days.
Yeah, but they left really early because their cruise wasn't until Sunday.
Right. Luckily they left early.
Yeah.
And she's like, if you see something, just don't say a word. Just don't say a word. I'm like, okay.
So we pushed back. Of course, she's looking out the window. We're both looking to make sure there's no other planes nearby. We couldn't see the other side.
They gave plenty of space when we were getting taxied out then. Oh, and we thought it was the pilot initially. But like, how mortified must the pilot be, right? The first time where it hit the plane. I guess he blamed it on the crew chief on the ground, so.
Well, it wasn't, but the pilot's not in control of it because the plane's getting pushed out.
Right.
You know, so it was a combination of the crew chief and, well, the guy pulling the plane back can't see all that, so I don't know if that person still has a job because that caused a lot of headaches and stuff. 2
flights with vouchers.
And I asked the pilots when I saw them the next day before our final flight how many hours they have. So they said they timed out. So they have 16 hours, at least for that flight, they have 16 hours. So, yeah, it was a long day, so they timed out from that. So we took off, lost the whole day, so instead of landing in Naples at 10 a.m. Thursday, it was...
They did a pretty good time.
And at first we were supposed to, because of the delay, because of the bird strike, we were supposed to land in Naples at like 9 a.m. and it ended up being like 10:30. And the other thing too is I had a rental car that I was supposed to pick up Thursday morning. So I was basically, once we got to the hotel, I tried emailing the company I got it through. They said, well, they'll relay my message to the rental place. And one of the responses had their email, so I emailed the car place, and they basically said, no worries, it'll be here, when you get here. And I updated the email like 3 times because we had the time difference and the delays.
And I think you were worried because you saw a note that says, make sure you get here on time or you might lose your car.
Yeah, get here within an hour after your flight. And I did put the flight info down because they asked optional to put your flight info, so they could see that. And so we landed in Naples. Went through the whole customs thing.
So, landed in Naples. Now we're going through a tent. Line of people everywhere. And then go through customs, and then we'll go get our car.
And the rental place wasn't far. We had like maybe a 10-minute walk.
Alright, so we got our bags. I'm doing Kim's because it's bigger. She's got a little one. She's got mine. So just a little walk, less than 10 minutes to the rental department. Go get our car and then head to the house or hardware store first. I don't know. We'll see what the mood's like.
So if you go use B-Rent, they're not with all of the other car rental area. They're
Right.
a little bit Just if you're ever flying into Naples.
Where the car rental area is, you just, instead of walking in there, you just go up to the main street and it's there.
Right.
I mean, it was a good deal. The car was okay.
Yeah,
I mean, it was only 100 and,
and they were really, really helpful.
yeah, it was
with
only
that.
$160 for the 5 days. So yeah, got our car and then our 2.5 hour drive to get here to the house. So we got here, I don't even remember.
We went to the store first, right?
No, we came to the house first.
We did.
Got here first, we were here for about an hour. Realized just how
You were gonna need some
warm
fans.
it is, because I didn't know that, it's a stone brick house. Does it keep the cooling? I think once
it
those
starts
stones
to heat.
heats up, it's like a little heater in here. So we were here maybe an hour, so we gotta go to the store, we gotta go get some fans. So if you hear something in the background, that's one of the fans right now. This,
What did we say? You have to be flexible, and it's going to be an adventure. You have to be up for an adventure, right? You're done with the adventures now?
yeah,
You don't want any more adventures?
no.
You just want.
I just want smooth sailing. So today we head back. The plan is we're spending the night in Sorrento. So whenever we decide to leave here, we'll go straight to Sorrento. It's about a 3-hour drive from here, but it's only an hour from the airport. We're 3 hours from or 2.5 hours from the airport, and our flight is at 7:30 in the morning. So I figured let's just be an hour away since we got to get to the airport earlier. And we haven't been to Sorrento in a couple of years anyway, so
Sorrento's beautiful.
use some of my points. Got a nice, decent hotel, which is not even a 20-minute walk from the hotel down into downtown Sorrento. So hopefully we'll get some nice video footage from there. Maybe some drone shots. We'll see. Dinner in Sorrento, overlooking the Mediterranean. Would be nice. And then yeah, we'll be back in September. But hope you enjoyed this.
Because it was hard for us to.
Yeah, we
enjoy.
didn't enjoy the trip out, but did enjoy our 5 days. Hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you all soon.
Ciao.
Ciao.